Lisa Renee Jones. And my first book's under a bed somewhere. It was truly horrific.
Yeah.
I love it. This is our cat, Julie Harrison, and that was so not expected. I'm sorry. So, okay, for a book review today, I'm going to talk about one of my all-time favorites. I love this series. We were auction hunting before auction hunting was made cool by Storage Wars. I am a confessed beauty product addict. If you're wondering what you'll find here, it's a little bit of everything. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Renee Jones, also Lisa Renee Harrison, and this is my husband, Diego Harrison. Anyway, so today we're talking about what we dared to do, and that was go to a Paris swingers club. Yes, we did. So, you know, the series goes, If I Were You, Being Me, and Revealing Us, my Inside Out series. So, to research Revealing Us, there's a scene where there's a swingers club, and my character ends up being pretty shocked by this place. It's definitely not her. And yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Her experiences were very much like ours, and and her shock was very much my shock. But so this all started. We went to Paris.
Yes, we went to Paris. We didn't know what to expect on that. Just going to an international location that, aside from Mexico, we had never been anywhere out of the country.
Yeah. Well, he's Mexican, so you know. Yeah, so we didn't know what to expect, so we were already on this unfamiliar terrain. But when we realized how unfamiliar it was, it made me think, wow, I mean, I can't research what a swingers club would be like in the United States if the club's supposed to be in Paris, because I wanted it to be very true to everything I wrote. The whole reason we went to Paris, aside from we were dying to see it, was I wanted to make the book very true to Paris, especially since the books are being published in France. So, you know, we were drinking wine, and I was like, what the heck? Why don't we do it?
Yeah, we drank, I think, between us both a bottle of champagne, or what was it? Wine or champagne?
I think it was champagne. It was champagne.
So yeah, we went.
Yeah, so, but we did some research, so I'm like, okay, I want to make sure we go to a high-end one. So we found this place that was supposed to be like where a lot of the elite in Paris go, and senators and people like that. So we're like, okay, so this place has to be pretty snazzy and cool. And, you know, we had read that they didn't let everybody pass the door. And that you could easily be turned away if you weren't attractive enough, and oh my gosh.
That was more pressure.
That was
pressure.
That was pressure. We were like, okay, we're already going to this place, it's unfamiliar, and
yeah,
we could be turned away. So we called, and they had like a dinner place. So we made reservations. And then we were so embarrassed because the cab driver couldn't, oh well, no, getting ready though. You know, I had to do the whole sparkly red dress with lots of cleavage so that maybe they look at my breast rather than me to let me in the door, didn't I?
Yep.
I could not, but I mean, what's a girl to do? She has to pull out, you know, some boobage. But anyway, so we have the cab driver go to take us, and we just give him the address, and he can't find it, remember?
Yeah, we were like, oh wow, you know, so and then finally, you know, we thought, okay, this place must be really well hidden, and then all of a sudden, like a block down the road from where the club ended up being, there was a freaking sign, I think, that said, you know, that pointed, remember?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there was a sign.
But we were embarrassed because we didn't want the cab driver to know what it was, because we were thinking he's going, oh, I know who they are and what they are, yeah. But no, I don't know. There was a weird sign, but it didn't really say the name.
Yeah, it was, but
we
knew
weren't
what it
even
was.
Sure, though, but we went up to it. Was kind of like a doorman, but it wasn't even at a door. It was just kind of like by a little drive that goes behind these buildings. And we asked, and he said, yeah, just this way. So he walks us, I don't know, it was like several doors down this, kind of like an alley, but in Paris, the alleys are kind of like these really cool brick roads, and I mean, it doesn't look like a bad alley, it looks like kind of a cool, quaint little alley. It wasn't like a bad neighborhood at all, it was very nice. And so then
But do you remember when we got there was a couple in front of us?
Oh yeah, that was...
And they were obviously having difficulties getting in, and they were talking to the...
But when you walk... Wait, tell me what it's like when you walk in. You walk in and it's like this tiny
Well, we haven't gotten in that part.
Oh, okay.
This was outside the door, remember?
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so they were arguing or trying to convince the doorman, or whatever you want to call him, bouncer type guy, to let them in. And he was arguing with them, and then he looked over their shoulder and he saw us, and he just kind of moved them aside and told us to come in. And, you know, like, ooh.
That was like when you walk in, it was this tiny, almost like a coat closet. And he was there, and you're not going to get past there unless he looks you up and down.
Well, he didn't look us up and down.
He looked me up and down. Oh my God.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, big time. And I was like, he just turned them away and he's looking me up and down. And so we were feeling pretty good when he let us by. Yeah. we were feeling pretty good. So, you know, I'm trying to remember when you go in, then they take you like down into like a stairwell to the restaurant.
A narrow stairwell. It was all kind of
very narrow. But that's how Paris is. Lots of narrow stairwells. Yeah. Kind of like New York.
So we had this horrible dinner.
And it was very dim.
Yeah, it was very, very dim. It was only candlelight, I think. And it was a small restaurant, almost the size of this office, if you could see. It was like a regular office, but there was small tables seated around the place. And then
the food was horrible.
There was this little buffet type thing. Yeah, it wasn't very good. And well, not to mention Lisa and I both don't like seafood, and I think that was one of the meals, or I don't know what it was.
Yeah, so and people kept looking at you. They were checking out. This one creepy guy kept checking me out. Oh God! And yeah, so we definitely ordered a bottle of champagne.
Yeah,
we'd already drank wine or champagne at the hotel room. Yeah. We drank more, and then I had to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, do I dare go? But I did, and so you had to go up more narrow little stairs. And when I get to the bathroom, there's some, you know, person who works there who's shooing out a guy and a woman from the bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, oh, what have I gotten myself into, you know? I mean, it seems so nice and elegant and everything, although it was a little 60-ish or 70-ish decor. Like, you get the impression of like the red hanging lampshades and like the velvet kind of. Didn't you get that feeling from it?
I had to go to the restroom after you, but I waited for you to get back, and then when I went, there was a freaking line, and so I had to sit there with two other people, and we were just kind of awkward. I was awkward.
You were awkward the whole time.
What are you talking about, right? You know,
so, what'd you do yesterday?
Who did you do yesterday?
I mean, seriously, what do you say in a place like that?
Do you come here often?
Yeah, come here often. I don't know, I'm sorry, I can't help it. I had to choke because it was just so overwhelming.
So we finally got done with that meal. They had good bread, that's pretty much all I can remember. The bread was decent, and that's all I ate, and her too. So we had 2 bottles of champagne and bread. And that was pretty much it, as far as eating goes.
Yeah. And then when the meal's done, they tell you to go upstairs. And we didn't know what to expect. We were like, okay, is this where there's like naked bodies? Or, I mean, really, I thought it was a high-end place, so maybe couples paired off and went to little bedrooms. Or I did not know what to expect. So we go upstairs, and there's a bar and a dance floor. And all the music is in French. And so we're sitting there awkwardly with a group of people all staring at the dance floor because I guess it's early and people aren't really dancing that much. And we're like, okay, are we going to see people start like getting naked or what's going to happen? But no. And then, but then we kind of noticed that everybody wasn't all so attractive, so we weren't feeling so good anymore about getting past the door.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, so it didn't mean that we're really attractive, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a compliment thing after that. It was like an achievement. Oh
no, it wasn't much of an achievement. And so, but then they started playing Britney Spears and Will I Am, and the dance floor got packed. And I'm like, well, heck, there's a dance floor. I love this music. And we got up and we started dancing like crazy. We were having a good old time. But then we started noticing people disappearing to this back room.
Yeah.
And we were like, should we follow?
So curiosity got the best of us. And
oh, wow. It was wow. We walked into the middle of this room at the end of the hall, and it was nothing but naked bodies, and everyone was on top of each other, and we'd never experienced anything like that, so we kind of stood there. Diego kept saying, doing this and that. I'm like, shh, stop giving commentary.
Yeah,
He was giving commentary. I'm like,
play-by-play.
Yeah, they don't need to have a play-by-play. They know what they're doing, baby. So needless to say, we went back to the dance floor. And we danced, and we danced, and we danced. And then we went home, and or to the hotel room. And so therefore, when you read Revealing Us and you see what Sarah goes to that back room, what it's like, that's really how it was.
Yeah.
So. And many of you, when you read Revealing Us, there's a bunch actually about Revealing Us that you don't realize is really important to the series until you get to know In Between, and it's going to become so crystal clear how important it is to the series, how important everything that happened, even that club, is to the whole entire series in ways that you never thought possible. So anyway, there you have it. No In Between's coming out, and you will find out what happened to Rebecca for real. Where is she? And Chris and Sarah and Mark are back in full triangle craziness, and it's leading to when you really find out who Mark Compton really is. So I hope you enjoy the book.